Gallery Experience. The Business of Exhibiting Art. Episode 6, How to Create a Group Exhibition That Brings More People. A group exhibition can be much more than a collection of artists showing their paintings in the same room. When it is planned carefully, it can become a community. It can bring artists together. It can bring different audiences together. It can create new friendships. It can attract collectors. And it can give every participating artist an opportunity to reach people they could never reach alone. But there is a big difference between a group exhibition and simply putting many artists into one room. A successful group exhibition needs a reason to exist. The first question should be, why are these artists together? Maybe they share a theme. Maybe they live in the same community. Maybe they work with the human figure. Maybe they explore nature. Maybe they are emerging artists. Maybe they come from different cultural backgrounds. Maybe the exhibition is about a particular social or artistic question. The theme doesn't have to be complicated. It simply needs to give the audience a reason to understand the connection. Imagine an exhibition called The Human Experience. One artist creates portraits. Another creates figurative paintings. Another creates abstract work inspired by emotion. Another creates photography. Another creates sculpture. The artists are completely different. But they are all exploring the same broad idea. Now the differences become interesting. The audience can compare how each artist sees the subject. That creates a conversation. And conversation is what makes a group exhibition memorable. Now let's talk about the most powerful advantage of a group show. Every artist brings a network. Suppose you have 10 artists. Each artist has friends, family, collectors, former classmates, co-workers, social media followers, community connections, professional contacts. One artist may have 500 followers. Another may have 2,000. Another may have a small local community. Another may have connections with a university. Another may know people in business. Another may have collectors. When these networks come together, the exhibition can reach much farther than one artist working alone. But there is a problem. Sometimes artists assume, if I participate, the organizer will bring the audience. And the organizer assumes, the artists will bring the audience. Then opening night arrives and everyone is disappointed. The solution is simple. Make audience participation part of the plan from the beginning. Tell artists, you are not only exhibiting. You are helping build the audience. Give every artist promotional materials. A digital invitation. A poster. A short description. The exhibition address. The opening date. The time. Parking information. A link for more information. Make it easy for them to share. You can even give them a short message they can copy and send to their contacts. The easier you make promotion, the more likely people are to do it. But there is another important idea. Don't simply ask artists to invite everyone they know. Ask them to invite the right people. Collectors, designers, architects, business owners, artists, curators, arts organizations, journalists, community leaders, people who genuinely appreciate art. This makes the audience more meaningful. Now let's think about the opening event. If you want more people to come, give them a reason to come. An opening reception is one possibility. But you can go further. You could have live music. A small musical ensemble. A singer-songwriter. A jazz trio. A string quartet. A cultural performance. You could have poetry. An artist conversation. A short panel discussion. A demonstration. A book reading. Or even a conversation between artists and the audience. But remember, the entertainment should support the exhibition. It should not compete with it. If the music is too loud, nobody can talk about the paintings. If the performance takes up the entire room, the artwork becomes background decoration. The goal is to create an atmosphere where art and people can connect. Music can actually be very useful because it can bring another community into the gallery. Imagine a local musician performing at your opening. The musician may invite their friends and followers. Those people may come because of the music. Then they discover the artwork. Some may become interested in the artists. The artists benefit. The musician benefits. The gallery benefits. The audience discovers something new. This is how different creative communities can support one another. Now consider another idea. What if every artist is allowed to invite one special guest? Not simply a friend. Someone they believe could become an important connection. A collector. A designer. A business owner. A curator. A journalist. An organization leader. Now the exhibition becomes a networking event as well as an art exhibition. And this can be especially valuable for emerging artists. They may not know many collectors yet. But another artist may introduce them to someone. That is one of the great advantages of a creative community. You don't have to build everything alone. Now let's talk about the physical arrangement. A group exhibition can easily become overcrowded. Every artist wants to show everything. But showing everything is usually not the best strategy. If one artist brings 10 paintings and another brings 2, the exhibition may become unbalanced. The audience may become exhausted. Instead, select carefully. Perhaps each artist shows 3 strong works. Or perhaps the number depends on the size of the artwork. The goal is not to show everything an artist has created. The goal is to show the strongest work that contributes to the exhibition. This also creates a sense of value. When viewers see a carefully selected group of paintings, they may pay more attention to each one. Another important issue is space. Don't put every painting as close together as possible. Give the artwork room to breathe. Large paintings need space. Small paintings need enough surrounding space to be seen. Sculpture needs physical room. Photography may require different lighting. The installation should feel intentional. Remember that the audience will experience the exhibition as one environment. Even though different artists have different styles, the exhibition itself should have visual rhythm. Strong work. Quiet work. Large work. Small work. Warm colors. Cool colors. Dense areas. Open areas. The eye should move naturally. And now comes something very important for group exhibitions. Make sure every artist feels respected. If one artist receives a beautiful central wall and another artist is placed behind a door where nobody looks, resentment can develop. The organizer needs to communicate. Explain the space. Explain the selection process. Explain why certain works are placed in certain locations. Be transparent. Not every artist can have the entrance wall. But every artist should feel that their work has been considered seriously. Now let's talk about sales. If the purpose of the exhibition includes selling artwork, make the buying process simple. Every artwork should have clear information. Artist. Title. Medium. Size. Price. Availability. And there should be a clear way for the visitor to ask about purchasing. A group exhibition can also introduce different price levels. Perhaps some artists have large original paintings. Others have smaller works. Some may offer prints. Some may have works on paper. This gives visitors different ways to participate. But don't turn the gallery into a crowded marketplace. The artwork should remain the focus. Now imagine the opening night. A musician is playing quietly. People are walking through the gallery. Artists are talking with visitors. A collector is speaking with a painter. An interior designer is looking at several large works. A journalist is interviewing an artist. Friends of one artist meet friends of another artist. Someone discovers a new artist. Someone buys a painting. Someone doesn't buy anything but takes a business card. Another person photographs the exhibition and shares it online. This is what a successful group exhibition can become. Not simply a room full of paintings. A network. A community. A meeting place. And perhaps the most important part comes afterward. Don't let the relationships disappear when the exhibition closes. Create a mailing list, with permission. Keep in touch with the artists. Thank the visitors. Thank the musicians. Thank the organizations. Thank the sponsors. Thank the people who helped. Share photographs from the exhibition. Share stories. Announce future events. The exhibition may be finished, but the relationships are not finished. In fact, they may just be beginning. One artist may collaborate with another. A musician may be invited to another opening. A collector may discover a new artist. A designer may contact someone about a project. An organization may invite the group to another venue. The possibilities can continue long after the walls are empty. So if you are planning a group exhibition, don't ask only, how many artists can we fit into this gallery? Ask, why are these artists together? What audience can we create together? What new connections can happen here? How can every artist help bring people into the room? What other creative communities can we connect with? And what can happen after the exhibition is over? Because a great group exhibition does something very special. It doesn't simply put artists next to one another. It connects people who might never have met otherwise. And when artists, musicians, collectors, designers, bus